Woke culture. It's a term you've likely seen all over social media and the news, but what does it actually mean? And why has it become so divisive? In this video, we're exploring the origins, impact, and controversies of woke culture, looking at its roots in social justice and the criticisms it faces today. From driving change to fueling polarization, let's dive into both sides of this complex issue. The term woke traces back to African American vernacular English, originally meaning to stay alert to racial injustice. It gained prominence during the Civil Rights Movement, where staying woke meant being aware of systemic racism and inequality. In the 21st century, the meaning of woke expanded beyond racial issues, becoming a call for awareness on gender equality, LGBTQ+ rights, environmental justice, and more. Woke culture now represents a commitment to challenging the status quo and pushing for a more just and inclusive world. Woke culture has undeniably brought crucial social issues to the forefront of public conversation. Issues like systemic racism, sexual harassment, and climate change were often underrepresented in mainstream discourse. Thanks to woke culture, these topics are now impossible to ignore. Movements like #MeToo have exposed widespread sexual harassment, empowering survivors and leading to policy changes in workplaces. Climate activism, once on the fringes, is now mainstream, with governments and corporations being held accountable for environmental practices. Woke culture has also forced corporations to rethink their practices. Many now emphasize diversity, equity, and inclusion, leading to more diverse leadership and fairer workplaces. As companies seek to reflect their values, woke culture pressures them to walk the talk. Social media has been a key tool for amplifying voices from underrepresented communities. Artists, activists, and influencers from minority groups now have global platforms to share their stories and challenge the narratives that previously excluded them. But while woke culture has led to positive change, it's also sparked significant controversies. Critics argue that it sometimes goes too far, with cancel culture, virtue signaling, and a stifling of free speech leading the list of concerns. Perhaps the most controversial element is cancel culture, where public figures are called out for perceived offenses, often resulting in boycotts or professional consequences. While some see this as accountability, others argue that cancel culture promotes a culture of fear, where mistakes are punished rather than opportunities for growth. Critics also argue that woke culture can stifle free speech, especially when opposing views are shut down or deemed unacceptable. This has led to incidents on college campuses where controversial speakers were disinvited or protests erupted to shut down debates. While the intention may be to protect marginalized groups, some say that censoring opposing views undermines constructive dialogue. Another criticism is the rise of virtue signaling, where individuals or corporations publicly embrace woke ideals, but without real commitment to change. Critics argue that this performative activism turns serious social issues into trends, profiting from movements like Black Lives Matter or LGBTQ+ rights without making any tangible contributions. One of the biggest challenges facing woke culture today is its role in polarization. As society becomes more divided along ideological lines, conversations often turn into conflicts, making it harder to find common ground. Some critics argue that woke culture's focus on identity politics can create an us versus them mentality, where people are judged based on their group identity rather than their individual beliefs or actions. While the aim is to address injustice, this approach can inadvertently deepen societal divisions. Is there a way for woke culture to evolve? Many believe the movement needs to shift from canceling and shaming to fostering dialogue and empathy. Holding people accountable is important, but so is creating space for growth and learning. Restorative justice offers a possible solution, encouraging those who've made mistakes to learn, reflect, and contribute positively to society, rather than being canceled. For woke culture to thrive long-term, it must find a balance between promoting social progress and fostering open conversation. Woke culture has played a critical role in shaping public discourse on social justice. While its influence has driven important changes, it also faces criticism for its more extreme aspects. The future of woke culture depends on its ability to foster dialogue, build bridges, and continue pushing for progress without shutting down conversation. What do you think? Can woke culture find a middle ground, or has it gone too far? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on today's most pressing issues. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay woke.